everyone, my name is Mildred and I will be giving a reaction video to the reading of the body ritual among the Nacirema. Um, the first question is my initial reaction to the reading. Um, it's a little breathtaking. There are a lot of things that they used to do that we would be revolted by. Um, just to name a few things that they did were they would put hog hairs in their mouth. Um, they would go to the temples if they were really sick, and if they had the correct gifts or measures that they deemed okay, the women would go, and then they would have to get naked, and basically the men would take advantage of their bodies, and then the men that went there, the same thing would happen, except the women would take advantage, or I don't even know if it's advantage, because I don't know, maybe they wanted it to happen, I'm not sure. So this is just my honest reaction, and hopefully I'm not offending anyone, because that is not what I am trying to do. I'm just giving my honest opinion. So I don't even know if it's considered a religion, but they did a lot of rituals. They thought that the body was ugly, so they did a lot of rituals revolving around that. Every household would have shrines. The richer you were, the better your shrine was. They have these boxes where they put charms and magical potions in there. And then they have a person called the medicine man that is trained, I guess, to some degree in making potions. And they would be the only ones to know what their ingredients were that are in the potion. And then they would write something, the ingredients in some type of code that no one can read except them. And yeah, so it's definitely nothing that I would be able to do. And I honestly I don't know if this is still going on or if it's something that's not happening anymore, but it is mind-blowing, to say the least, that some of these things are happening. The second question is to describe a ritual or practice that I do in my culture. Sorry, I was reading the question. I don't really find that there's anything that I do that's really out of the norm, should I say. I am a Christian, so I do pray every day. I did attend church every Sunday before the pandemic. But there's nothing that I can think of that I do that would be seen as out of the ordinary. Maybe fasting. I do fast. Sometimes if I'm trying to overcome something, or if I want more clarity in something, I will fast, but it's not something that is required by my church or anything like that. So, yeah. Um, Next, I'm going to describe how a pattern or practice or ritual event has changed over history. So I did research a little bit, and I found a article by Joshua Node, and it's called "The Top 10 Outdated Christian Beliefs." I looked up the beliefs of Christians because that's what I am. So I just thought it would be interesting to even see what type of things that they have listed here. Some of them are very controversial, so I'm not going to mention them. So I'm just going to mention one that I thought was interesting and okay. Bear with me. So this one is it says that the early church, mainly the Gnostic sects, believed that Adam actually had another wife before Eve, which is news to me because I'd never heard that before. It says, according to several books of the Bible, Lilith was created at the same time and from the same dust as Adam. She refused to be subservient to Adam and mated with the archangel named Samuel and was subsequently expelled from the Garden of Eden. So that's one thing that I think that has evolved, because this is something that I've never heard before. So I would definitely have to read more up on it. Not that I believe that it's true, but I just found that part to be interesting. It also says others believe that many early Jewish and Christian myths deal with Lilith, most dealing with the eventual offspring of her and Samuel. Many believe their offspring turned out to be the semi-human creatures of Greek myths, like the Centaur and Minotaur. Others believe they became vampires. So that's crazy. It says later cults and racist groups believe that all non-Caucasian are descendants of Lilith or Lilium. That's interesting. The last question is to share my evaluation of these changes as beneficial or detrimental to U.S. culture. I personally think that Christianity is changing in the right direction. I feel like we're becoming more accepting to people. Not that we accept the sin that, people commit, but we all commit sins, and we're all supposed to love each other regardless of the sins that we commit. And I think that back in the day, people were a little more judgmental and stern and kind of, lived in a glass house and was throwing stones at people when everybody sins. And just because your sin is different than the next person doesn't make you better. So I think that Christianity is changing in a good way. Some people might think that we're being a little more too lenient, but I personally believe that, Jesus is love, and that's what we should be showing everyone, regardless of anything. So that is my 2 cents. Like I said, that article was by Joshua Node. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and yeah, thanks for listening. And I would love to see what you guys think. You guys can leave it in the comments, and I will actually post the link to the article that I'm reacting to, so that you guys can read it for yourselves and comment on how you feel about it. I didn't even really get into a lot of details about the things that they used to do, but just to touch on a couple things. This was something that the rituals were something that they did every day, and every family member had to do that. It's something that they did in private, so they would have the shrine rooms, and each person would go into the room by themselves to do their rituals that consist of like praying, and I don't know if it's called praying or worshiping. Well, I don't know what the term would be. And then they would put charms in boxes that represented different things. I know they had an obsession with their mouth. They thought that their teeth would fall out if they didn't do certain rituals and prayers. That would cause them to have no friends or love. They had someone called the Holy Mouth Man who put magical ingredients into the holes in their teeth, and if they didn't already have holes in their teeth, then they would remove teeth to make a hole. And this was to get rid of like decay, and also to draw friends is what they believed. And they would do that once a year. And yeah, so if you guys are interested, go ahead and just look at the link in the description box to read more about the Nacirema body rituals. Yep, so thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed it.